Yes, YouTube. I am just making a quick trading plan, and I thought I would film it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. One sec. Just trying to figure out why price went to there. Not that it matters. I'm just intrigued. Oh, okay. So this was part of a pullback. Before going higher. Okay. Cool. So, gonna make this trading plan. I'm just gonna. Let's try and do it as I'm gonna try and trade it as I'm making it. If that makes sense. One second. Cool. So mark out previous day high and low, which would be there. No, okay, no, it's gonna be there and there. I just wonder if marking out like the open and the close and stuff like that. Next thing I want to do is look at daily POIs and where price has previously taken liquidity. But just like only recent. Mark out recent. No, look at recent daily POIs. So, for example, there was an order block there, and there was liquidity there, so we could potentially be going down off that. Mark out potential next potential liquidity targets. So it's either gonna be that's gonna be our buy side, and that's gonna be our sell side. Cool. So then we drop to the. I'm happy with that, but I'm thinking we're going lower and off that, which makes sense to do so, really. Okay, so the only problem is this is where it gets a bit messy, isn't it? So we skip to Monday. Okay, and then we're just gonna look at create a range. So 1 hour range. So we're gonna look at where the price action is. Again, just relative. just recent. So that's the top of the range really, and there's the bottom of the range. I've already got it marked out. So mark out top and bottom of the range. But how would I identify that? I do that by identifying recent BOS. Recent market structure breaks mark out the top and the bottom of the range by identifying the most recent market structure breaks. So what about a situation like this then, where we've broken higher and we're actually pulling back to that? But I'm saying we need to focus on this as a range. But then if we zoom out too much, then it gets complicated. Yeah, it just has to be most recent, otherwise it gets way too complicated. So let me just put that in italics then. The most recent market structure breaks. Look for protected swings and previous liquidity grabs and unmitigated POIs. And mark out unmitigated POIs. So we've got that, which realistically I would expect to go to be honest. I feel like this is going to be the target and it's going to feed into that. So this is nice. This is actually quite helpful. Okay, I think that's okay for creating a range then. We're just looking at that, because all these candles are going to be 15-minute if I drop down to them. So I want to add some remember remembers. I want to add some remembers. Remember. I don't know, maybe I won't quite remember, but I don't know. Treat every time frame the same. Firstly. Secondly, what was my other one? Fuck, what was my other one? I had a good one. Yeah, remember, don't complicate. Don't, no, what was it? Don't, confuse yourself by zooming out. Just change time frame instead. Don't confuse yourself by zooming out on a time frame, just change time frame instead. Helpful tips. What was that? Let's just put them in green, shall we? Some helpful tips. There we go. I want to make this all smaller as well. Actually, no, sorry. I'm going to make that all smaller now. There we go. Cool, okay. So, then I'm pretty happy with that. I've got an idea of where we want to go. Plus, this has took that out, took a low, then we've come back to this order block, and we are really failing to do anything from it. So yeah, this gives me a nice idea that we're going to go higher. And we've just actually come off an 1 hour order block there, so that will be a 15-minute hour, won't it? So that is inducement for sure, baby. Come on now, that is waiting to be taken. Okay, so 15-minute. Yes, that is the trick. Don't confuse yourself with this, just change time frame. Look at all the relative stuff. I don't need to look at that now. I've just looked at that under 1 hour. We're zooming in. Like, we're looking at the most relative stuff. We're zooming in. I don't need all of that now. I just need this. Because I've done all that work on the oh my gosh, I've done all that work on the hour. Wow, okay. That's pretty powerful. Okay, hold up. Only problem is we haven't gone higher off that yet. I don't think that's a problem actually. Okay, so now look. Okay, create trade idea. So look at 15-minute range. We need protected low. This took liquidity and broke structure. So we're gonna mark that baby out. And we're gonna mark that baby out. So there, okay, now we're looking at this. All of this is completed, this internal cycle. This should be the next external liquidity to go. So look at the 15. No, mark out 15-minute range. And any liquidity POIs, obstacles, unmitigated. Sorry, that needs to be said. Internal and external liquidity targets. Now I wanna start marking out breaker structures as well. What's this line for? Oh, that's where we're at. Okay, so mark out structure breaks. And also, finally, I want to say look for what is being respected and versus disrespected. Look for what POIs are being disrespected versus disrespected. Oh man, should I just keep the full stops? What is wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me, bro? Bruh. Okay. Cool. So then we drop to the 5. Can we do the same thing? So there's the 15-minute break structure, but then we can again just zoom in and we can do 5-minute breaks. Look, we had a 5-minute break there. Come back to a POI. Now the question is whether it's worth taking counter trend moves like this. So there's our 5-minute break. Still, that's the liquidity target. So okay, 5M. We want it 15, 5, and 1. So I'm kind of looking at the range from there to there. Look, that's the respected high of that range. So that shouldn't go. Took liquidity there, broke lower. And then same thing has happened here. Took liquidity. Broke lower. Took that, and then we took that. Not really a breaker structure, but a little bit of a breaker structure. There's a breaker structure. And then can we draw that out as a PY? I'm scared now because if I actually end up taking a trade here, and this is my whole trade, my whole trading plans took me to this point, and if it doesn't work now, then it's fucked. Then the trading plan's shit. So these are 1 minute breaker structure. So technically now we've got 2 time frames lined up with each other. So I'm just waiting for that to tap into the order block. And then technically we should be able to take that as a trade and target that low. Ah, I'm nervous, man. I mean, it doesn't have to go. I took it. Okay, so as I thought we was coming back to that, I should have really gave it a little bit more room, shouldn't I? Because that's a shame. But fair play, I've just shown how easy it is to create the trade idea. And the way to keep it simple is to be changing time frames instead of zooming out. Just don't even bother about looking at stuff that doesn't need to be looked at. So it's like, okay, zoom out now. Maybe this is why we need to treat every time frame the same, because let's see if this is a trade opportunity now. Although that hasn't really broken structure. It's just equally high'd it. So it could come lower. I should have gave that a little bit of room, really, shouldn't I? That just took us out, like to the pip took us out. It's quite unfortunate, that is. The unmitigated wick. I'm happy with that. I genuinely am, because that I've just literally showed myself how to make the training plan. And yeah, we got stopped out by the pip, but it's like everything did exactly what I thought it was gonna do, because I just followed simple stuff. The key for me is this friggin' tip here. That is the monster of a tip. Don't confuse yourself by zooming out, just change time frame and then look at the recent. Okay, so create the trade idea, mark out your range, POIs, obstacles, external. Oh, hang on. No, that needs to be that, really, 15-minute. Because I don't need to be marking out the range for that. Entries. So what we need for an entry then, 5 and 1 minute. So we're gonna mark out structure breaks. Mark out POIs. Okay, hang on. Let's see. So that was a 15-minute break of structure. Let's see if we can get a move off this. So move that out of the way. This is all mitigated, so it shouldn't really come much lower. That was the liquidity to be taken. So now this is a 15-minute. Do we firstly need to wait for a 5-minute break or 1 minute break? And I want to see clear breaks as well. Like, that's not okay. That's not good enough. See? That was not a break of structure. So maybe we need to wait for the 5-minute break of structure. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, and then we mark out that as a 5-minute POI, is that right? But is that too late? Yeah, okay, that's a tough one then, really. Wait, was that a 1 hour order block? Could that still come back? Yeah? It has. So now, so hold up, mark out unmitigated POIs. Let's see then if that does anything. That's completed its. Right, this is actually quite a pro trend move, really. all those things have lined up. So now we want to see a 1 minute structure break. That's kind of nice. Though we haven't seen the structure break though, but the liquidity is just right next to it. Okay, so that it's took liquidity now. No, still no structure break. Was this a 15-minute point of interest now? It is, but now this is the new stuff to be looking at. Like the problem is I'm still waiting and wishing for that to be something which might not be. But let's see, we've swept that low there. So if anything, if this is a valid trade, then that should be the entry there. Okay, it's still valid. Oh boy, okay, I've missed it. Right, okay, so it swept it lower. So what was I looking for then? Two time frames must align. Is it that though? Or are we just looking for breaks of structure from anywhere? Break. That could have been it. Yeah, that could have been it, to be honest. We're gonna ride that right to the top. So the entry is what? Two time frames must align. Okay, do not enter till clear 1 minute plus occurs and so the break structure on the 1 on the 5, sorry. Break structure on the 1. I don't know, it's a good entry. Okay. Okay, no, let's not put do not enter, let's just put enter once. At least 2 time frames allowing showing clear Ross. And liquidity inducement near POI. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 candles. I wanna say like realistically how many candles it should take for it to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Under 20 candles. That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like the faster, the better. With price action. Um, faster is always better. What did I want to add to that? Oh yeah, this liquidity point. So, to be honest, it doesn't really count for this one because it swept it like a bitch. No, it kind of does count for that actually. Though that could have been seen as it. Oh, what it gonna be? Oh, jeez, it's 11, man. What was my point gonna be? No, I think that's a really good. Sorry, this has gone on a lot longer than I expected. Should we call it here? Mark out previous state high and low. Look at daily. Look at daily. Look at POI and where process previously taken liquidity. Mark out next potential liquidity targets. I'll call that by BSL and SSL. Buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. I'm just going to put that as PDH and PDL. Most. Because it do I need to put because basically trying to say that the higher time frame is the external liquidity and the lower time frame is the internal of the higher time frame. I'm just going to change this from helpful tips to very important points. Not very important, come on, let's calm it down a bit. I think that's cool. Do I need to say entries give stop loss some wiggle room. TP aim for liquidity. Net opposing POIs. Not the POIs themselves. Always wait for liquidity. Clear liquidity to be taken. That's a good point, actually. Always wait for clear liquidity to be taken before entering. Give SL some wiggle room. TP aim for liquidity near opposing POs, not the POs themselves. Minimum 3R. That is the bare minimum. Aim for realistic target internal liquidity is safe, is more likely than external. And then I'm going to put minimum 3R on that one instead. I feel like we're done. Is there any more to talk about? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Um, okay, I'm gonna call it for this video, but I might add a bit more. I might just keep improving it. For example, I was gonna say watch out for like equal lows and stuff. Watch out for equal lows. Do you know what I mean? There, that could have. Yeah. Watch out for that shit. Because that's about to get taken, baby. Alright, cool. I'm gonna add some more to this tomorrow or something.